How to use ChatGPT for beginners. If you are a beginner and still don't really know how to use ChatGPT, this video is for you. First step is create an account and access the ChatGPT. So we are going on ChatGPT on Google, and we can go here on the first one, and here you can go on login. It will give a lot of options like login with Google, login with Apple, Microsoft, with the telephone, or you can just go through your email. Here you can go on setting. Then I'm going to log in with the Google. I'm going to put my code that was asked right here. Second part, here you have on the first page what are you working on, so you can ask anything right. Okay, here on the plus option you go on add files, so you can add photos and files, create image, thinking, deep research that it will search on the internet, so shopping research that you can put, and I want a TV, and it will give you a option more cheaper. So it's a very cool ad on a ChatGPT. Here more you have study online, web search, canvas to create images and stuff. You're here with ChatGPT. If you have ChatGPT for a year or more, and you want to have your retrospective, that there you have right here. Here I have a quizzes, and you can actually create one. And here we have explore apps. So here in apps, and you can go here on the left side as well. You can search for a lot of things that is included in the ChatGPT, even in the free version. Okay, so you have Canva, the Apple Music, Adobe Photoshop. Then now you have Adobe Photoshop inside of the ChatGPT, which is very cool actually. And you have Booking, Figment. There is another option for Adobe Photoshop, but it's a little bit easier as well. You can actually have the Figment for free if you have the student option. And outside the ChatGPT, you have the open table to find the restaurants reservations, and the TripAdvisor to book those flights that you want. But let's go on the part that we want. Okay, the ChatGPT, you have to ask clear and complete questions. And one of the most important things is how you ask the questions. So instead of typing something very short, explain why you want. Okay, say what your goal is, and if possible, the format you expect for the answer. So the clearer the request, the better the response will be. You can use the ChatGPT for daily tasks, and as a beginner you can use the ChatGPT for many simple everyday tasks. For example, if you need to write an email, you can type write a polite email asking for more time to deliver a project. You can actually write it down, write a polite emails asking for more time to deliver a project. And you can put as well, that email is for Luan, that is my name, but let's suppose that is the name for another person, and my name is Lucas. Okay, and so you give enter, and it will give you a proper answer about it. So here's a polite professional version you can use. It's neutral and works well in most workplace and academic contexts. So down below it's written, "Hi Luan, I hope you're doing well. I'm writing to ask if it would be possible to have a bit more time to deliver this project." So you can see that if the ChatGPT is asking you if you want to a more formal, more casual, or a specific reason or a new proposed deadline, so it can adjust it quickly. So if you type right here, "I want a more formal one," and it will give you a more formal one. Okay, and that's how the ChatGPT works. You have to ask them the right thing. Okay, you can ask to write, add more details, or adjust the tone of the response. The conversations continue, so you can refine the results step by step. Okay, another thing that you can do is improve answers by giving more context. If the answer isn't exactly what you wanted, don't stop right there. You can ask to write, like I said, you can add more details or adjust the tone of the response. Okay, Beyond simple tasks, ChatGPT can also be very helpful for work and studies. So at work, you can use it to organize ideas. For example, help me organizing this. Help me. Let's write right down here. Help me organize it, this content into topics for a presentation. And let's suppose the content is verb to be. So here's given answer. It's very, very, very fast. You have no idea how fast that is. So it organizes the verb to be into logical topics, and you can use those slide titles or section headers. So it's all right here. It will give you a front start in the another person that doesn't use the ChatGPT. Okay. For studying, you can actually ask things like create a 7 study plan for, and here you can put programming for Java, and it will give you create a 7 days study of the Java. Here you give it the goal, the topics, the practice, and day by day until it gets to the 7th day. It will give you bonus. Okay, so it's very nice. If you are preparing an assignment or a presentation, you can ask structuring a presentation with an introduction, development, and conclusion about, let's suppose, let's see, how AI will make the world better. And the ChatGPT will give you a clear, well-structured presentation online with introduction, development, and conclusion about the topic that you asked it for. Okay, that's very cool, guys. Something that you took months, perhaps years. My girlfriend actually took 1.5 years to finish his APA. So with ChatGPT, if ChatGPT existed in that time, she would do it in 2 months or probably 1 month. And now, what beginners should avoid? As a beginner, avoid trusting everything blindly. Always review the answers, especially when the topic is important. ChatGPT is a support tool, not someone who thinks for you. It actually thinks for you, but it's not something that you can actually always trust, because it gives answers that sometimes is generated by nothing, and sometimes is generated by and got the answer for 3-5 years ago, and then made the answer will not be true to nowadays. So you have to check every answer that the ChatGPT give you. If you are asking, are very, 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 very important. Okay, so now you know the basics of how to use ChatGPT as a beginner. I'm going now to teach you how to walk through the ChatGPT in some parts. Here you can see on the left side you have the new chat, search chats, image, apps, and projects. Here on projects, you can create a new project. So here you can have studies, and when you create this project right here, it will appear above of the chats. So as you can see, it actually didn't create it. I don't know why it created. So inside of the studies, everything that you type right here will be inside of the project studies. So here you can have teaching me in 100 parts about programming. So as you can see, the studies project right here now have everything that I asked for. Here in your chats will be the chats that you click here right here and new chat in there, and then when you write anything right here, it will be above the new your chats option. It won't be inside of the project that you created. Okay, and you can create any kind or any amount of projects that you want. So here you can go on investing or writing or homework or health, or you can just type whatever you want. Okay, to delete a chat that you have had, you can go on the 3 dots right here and go on delete. Okay, and then delete the project, the same thing, delete. When you click inside the project, you can see there will be another kind of chat inside of the project. So it's different from the chat on the left side. Okay, So basically the ChatGPT is that. If this video helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment how you plan to use ChatGPT on your daily life. See you in the next video, and bye bye.